that I brought this darkness upon us. Now I know it's not my fault. It's my responsibility. The arrow's dead. Couldn't be that person even if I wanted to be.
So we're back today. We're going to talk about Arrow Season 4. So last time we left off with the Arrow Season 3 and Oliver Queen taking down and saving the city of Raja Ghul. He had to become something else entirely, and that's also what allowed him to save the city as well. So let's see this full recap of Arrow Season 4. We're gonna arrow it up right back at you guys this time, and we're gonna talk about a couple of the main points, some key new characters, and some big shocks and awe of what happened throughout Season 4. Now, like I said, we are catching up, but now let's just start this. And for those of you who have seen Arrow Season 4, obviously you're going to want to see this. If not, and you don't want to ruin anything, spoiler alert, turn this off and watch this season. If you guys want to get it caught up by watching this season review, Season 4 of the Arrow, this is the place to be. So in 3, 2, 1, let's get precise. So in Arrow Season 4, we find out that Oliver's and Felicity's vacation is cut short, and while being cut short, they are in need of the Arrow to come back because there is a new force to be reckoned with, and his name is Damien Dark. He has magic powers. I don't recollect on how he got those magical powers, but Damien Dark is a little bit of more of a villain. He's gonna try to take down the city. He wants order, and he's gonna do nothing to stop that and to make it his way. He does have a big plan that we see evolve throughout Season 4, and is also part of him creating like a new underworld, but like dictated type of city within Starling City. And there's ins and out of it, and we find that out throughout the season of Arrow on Season 4. Oliver and Felicity are dealing with their love life. They're trying to get married. Or did get married. Their relationship gets bigger, it gets stronger. They deal through a lot of personal stuff, and at the same time, there's a tragedy of Felicity also getting paralyzed. Her car gets shot the F up. Their car gets shot up, and she gets a bullet to the back, and she becomes paralyzed for a little bit, unfortunately, but then does battle and take on that endeavor, that challenge, and overcomes it. And there's a chip that allows her to walk again that is made, and they put it in the back of her spine, and she walks again. Unfortunately, Sarah Lance is still dead, but Laura Lance wants to bring her back. And how do they do that? They use the pit. They go to the pit, put her in it, the Lazarus pit, and they bring her back, but she obviously has side effects that make her more angry, more killful, more vengeful, and that serves a weird purpose in terms of who she is, but she eventually becomes full-on normal again. And then there becomes another big tragedy this season of, while dealing with all these side enemies, Damien Dark has bigger plans to create another world full of not just humans, but something else entirely, more of an endeavored world. So that is why there's a new doorway, a new construction way to this. I forgot what it was called, so you're gonna have to disregard me on that. But it's a new world that is more peaceful, that is not as blank and as pure as Damien Dark. Doesn't want Starling City or the rest of the world to be envisioned as such. but that is why he wants to dictate something else, and Oliver and the team must stop that. They must battle that on. Obviously, you have the team, you have Diggle, Felicity, Speedy, or maybe Speedy for only a part of the time. But while this is happening, Oliver knows that, again, he cannot have a calm life. He cannot live a life without putting on the hood, without becoming the Arrow. So he really gets the name the Green Arrow this season. This is the season where he gets the name the Green Arrow, not the Arrow. And he also gets a new suit, which is pretty badass, if I say so myself. Giving it a rating, though, giving this season a rating overall, I'd probably give this one probably an 8 out of 10, a 7 out of 10. The villain's strong, but he's blank looking. He's not really exciting. Damien Dark, I think the acting is good there. I just don't think... I think the powers are good. I just think there was something missing in this season. But obviously you have flashbacks that tell you a story of what's going to happen, what could happen. And obviously towards the end, Arrow does kill Damien Dark with his own arrow. And how does he do this? Well, with Damien Dark taking the life of Laura Lance. Yes, that's correct. Laurel Lance dies. Damien Dark stabs her with an arrow or a sword and kills Laura Lance. Sarah is upset. There's a big funeral at the end of the season for this purpose, and Oliver is vengeful, and Sarah is even more vengeful. Sarah eventually leaves the team, leaves all viewings of the team, and needs to find a different purpose. And many of you guys are going to know this as her joining the team. DC's Legends of Tomorrow. She becomes part of a Legends team. And that is where she goes off and ponders throughout now, keeping a very stable and great relationship with Team Arrow and Oliver. She parts ways and becomes part of something else entirely, and that is the Legends team. Which has its own show, which is not bad, but we're not going to talk about that right now. It's just kind of on and off, you know. But with that being said, Laura's dad, Sarah, leaves. You see a little bit of a hint of Barry Allen in there, pretty good. And then Oliver decides to unite the city, not just as the Green Arrow, but I think his working for Queen Industries, or not Queen Industries, working for the city, part of his job, he will eventually become the mayor, as we know. And while he does that, he is leaving an impact, not just as a hero in a hood, but a hero as a person in a whole. And he is inspiring others to stand up and fight for what is right. And that allows the city to take control over the minor threats. And the Green Arrow has a one-on-one showdown with Damien Dark, of which he wins, stabs him, he's dead, all gone, the vengeance has been renewed, has been finished off, and he has killed Damien Dark. Diggle has his own side story and is dealing with his brother, and also the love life with Lila, that works for Argus. But dealing with his brother used to be good, but cannot find the light anymore and has turned to the opposing side. And that has left a huge impact of Team Arrow, of Diggle's part of being on Team Arrow. Can I do this? Should I do this? Blah, blah, blah. Trying to keep this video a little bit shorter. But at the same time, knows that family is forever, but sometimes it can take a turn or two. So he had to do what he thought was necessary, and his brother would ultimately die and pass, per se. And that is how this season ended up. Damien Dark would die, and that would leave a different type of renewal, and then Oliver would think, hey, now I can probably hang up the hood, or maybe he cannot because he is not meant to have that type of happiness quite yet, or at least for a long time. And him and Felicity take a couple steps back because of all of this happening. A lot of it is emotional, physical. It takes a toll on the body and mind. Oliver must stay as the Green Hood, but some of the team abandons in dismay, and it just doesn't really always end in a good way. Sometimes there's bickering within the team, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, and he has to figure out more of a way to get things jump started with Team Arrow. But for the time being, they stopped and saved the city, and we will continue with season 5 of The Arrow. I hope you guys found this useful. Like it up, subscribe, thumbs up, flex it out, whatever you guys all do in all things justice. This is Fass 40. I want to thank you guys for watching this. It's a pretty good season overall. A lot of great combat scenes, a lot of great storylines. You saw, obviously, you had some nice crossovers in there, and then it also led to a small happening or teaser to the new show, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, of which happened right after the season. And we will continue on with season 5 of The Arrow. This is the season 4 recap. This is your daily dose of Arrow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys take care. Lots of explosions, lots of happenings. If you guys want to catch up and watch the full season, you can do so on the CW. It has an app, or you just stream it online. There's plenty of sites to stream it, or you can go out and buy the DVD. But anyways, take care. I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna catch you guys up for season 5 when the Arrow takes on, wait for it, Prometheus, and that wonderful mind-fucking storyline. Take it easy, guys.